All right, ladies and gentlemen, what a Raw on Netflix debut we had tonight. Keith, let's go ahead
Yeah,
and talk. Let's talk about what we just saw since it's the most fresh on our mind. CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. What was your prediction since I didn't get to hear that?
I mean, honestly, I would have thought that Seth was going to win. So they definitely swerved me on that one.
Interesting. So
Yeah.
my prediction was it could have gone either way.
Well, sure.
I had three different outcomes because I was like unsure of how it was gonna go.
Okay.
So my outcomes were either it's a clean pin, which is what it was,
Yeah.
or CM Punk wins and Seth Rollins doesn't like that and does something to him at the end, which would turn him heel,
Right.
or CM Punk cheats to win. Since he doesn't like CM Punk anyway, it wouldn't mean anything to him to do something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So interesting to see where they're going forward with this, or if they even do. But it seems
Right. Is this the end of it now? Or Seth Rollins doesn't win much anymore, man, which is kind of odd.
Yeah, well, I've said this in the past, maybe even on the show, he doesn't really he can lose and not lose credibility. He's
Absolutely.
he
Yeah.
he's he's a lot better than people give him credit for as far as the superstar part of him.
Anybody who doesn't see what a giant star Seth
Yeah,
Rollins is doesn't get wrestling.
right. And it was interesting. It seems like there is a heel turn coming, and it seems like they almost baited the crowd into it with how his attitude was tonight.
Right.
Because you heard a few boos. And Seth Rollins did look out to the crowd and had like a confused type look, like, why are you booing me?
Right. Right.
Type
Right. I mean,
situation.
the thing with right because he was there, and CM
Right.
Punk wasn't.
Right.
It's it, WWE fans have always been like that, though, man. You make a big
hmm
comeback, you're the baby face
Unless you're Hulk
until you
Hogan.
prove otherwise. Right.
Yeah, we'll get to that though. We'll get to that. But yeah, anything else on the Seth Rollins CM Punk? It looks like there is a post show that's going on as we speak.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
who
on
knows if
YouTube.
right, who knows if it looked like when Netflix went off that they continued the in-ring shot of CM
Right,
Punk's win. So who
right.
knows, it
What?
could be a Kevin Owens thing where who cares if the camera's on or not? I'm just gonna beat the shit out of this guy.
Right. I
But
would
who
be
knows?
interested to see if Rhea Ripley shows up to the press conference and what she was wearing in the ring tonight.
Oh yeah.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, there was
Yeah.
not much to that outfit,
No,
but
not at all.
man,
Not at all. I'm not mad about it either.
saw a lot of Rhea Ripley tonight.
Yeah, for sure. All
Yeah,
right. So, first thing I got on the list here, uh, I pretty much did it in order. I just wrote shit down as we
sure,
went.
brother.
But
Yeah, whatever you
the
want to do.
cold open projector situation. What did you think of that?
Um, so I turned it on like in the middle of the intro,
Mm,
so I didn't see the whole thing. It was cool that they were doing like throwbacks to past stars and stuff like that,
hmm
but I wish that they had left it there. Um, I mean, can I kind of give my overall impression of the show right now, or is
Yeah,
that
go for it.
something that we're gonna do later?
No, I mean,
Yeah, so
like I said, we can go in depth with the
yeah,
list. But yeah, you can
right.
just talk about whatever.
I mean, dude, this could have been a 2 hour show.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
Yeah.
all of that talking was
Mm,
so unnecessary.
dude,
Like
you know how I
I
was
was so
complaining? Sorry, I
so
keep
glad the
cutting you off.
Undertaker didn't get in the ring, dude. I
Yeah.
was so
Well,
glad.
he
I
didn't
was
have
like,
time with all the other stuff.
right, right. But when he came down, I was like, oh shit! Now we get to hear the Undertaker talk for 20 minutes about how historic this is.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
like, oh
definitely
god, dude.
could have saved himself on that one, that's for sure.
Yeah, yeah. He's the only
Um,
one who did it right.
yeah. Well, you know how I was complaining about the boxing event, how it was like dragging on. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, if I feel like
Yet
the
this
only
was
reason I was mad about it is because I'm not a huge fan of boxing.
right,
But
right.
even Monday Night Raw was kind of I looked at the clock after the Roman Reigns match. I was like, shit, dude, hour one's over. This is
Brother,
gonna be a long one.
brother, there was one match.
Yeah.
one match in the first hour.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
first
like,
match didn't start till 30 minutes in.
yeah, ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Right.
And I mean, I don't know. Like, we didn't need Triple H, The Rock, and John Cena to come out and tell us how freaking awesome this was. It wasn't
Right.
necessary.
They've
And
been
Hulk
talking
Hogan.
about it for months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Hulk Hogan. Like the greatest tag team.
I
This
love
is so
how
historic.
I love how Hulk Hogan just completely ignored the fans like Vince did.
Oh
Like you can
yeah.
tell he was trained by Vince.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody's booing him. He's like, man, thank you so much. You know what I mean? Like, screw
Yeah.
it. He's in
Like
character. Like he
right.
just had his shtick and he just did it. It was obvious.
He's turning into The Rock recently where he's like, fuck the crowd and I'm
Yeah,
gonna promote my shit and leave.
right. I got a beer. Want to drink
Yeah.
my beer?
Tequila, beer, it's all the same, dude. But
We
no,
need it to Ric Flair.
yeah. I had an off the wall prediction that I knew was probably not going to happen, but I wanted to say
Yeah,
it just in case, so I'd look like a genius if it did happen. But
right,
I was
right.
going to say that Stone Cold may return because he hasn't been around in a
Yeah,
while.
yeah. It was kind of funny because I was watching it with Paul and he said, who's opening the Netflix era on Raw? And I said, The Rock. And then right as I said it, The Rock flashed on the screen. So it was
Yeah,
pretty cool.
yeah.
Like,
See, I
I
did
called
actually
it.
see that coming. I thought he would
Yeah.
do what he did at the end of the match. I
Oh,
figured
dude.
that
Yeah.
would be his music.
I knew that he was going to open it up, man. He's the biggest star that they've,
Yeah,
had in the last however many years. So,
right. Apparently he's a babyface now.
yeah, yeah, man. Hey, why not?
Yeah,
He's an old man.
I feel like that's so he can turn back and it's more
Yeah,
dramatic that way.
it could be. It could.
Because
It was so. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, man.
no, you're good. You're good.
So that match had like so much. There was
Yeah.
like 18 people interfered, 25 false finishes.
It was WrestleMania
Um,
40 with different
yeah,
people. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And while we were watching it, Paul was like, "The Rock's gonna turn on him. The Rock's gonna turn on him." And I was like, "Dude, it'd be too much.
Yeah,
This match already had so much,
yeah, it's too much to
like."
consume. Yeah.
Yeah, for him to turn on him on top of all of this,
hmm
if it happens, they're gonna save it for later. You
Right.
know?
They're all about long term anyway. They're not gonna do everything in
Yeah,
one night.
yeah, yeah. They already did a lot in that match. Like, is there one bloodline now? Because doesn't
Uh,
Solo have to acknowledge The Rock? Or I
Yeah,
mean,
but Solo's a
acknowledge Roman?
heel. Solo's a heel, so he can lie.
Yeah, you can lie. Heels can lie.
Yeah.
You can say he
So
won.
yeah.
I love that. That's my favorite thing is when heels say they won matches they didn't win. They used to do it in the
Dude,
80s all the time. They'd be
who
like, that
was
was
it?
a doctored tape. Like they used to say that crap all the time, dude, in
Was
the
that
80s.
was that Chris Jericho that would like what was it? He would pin somebody and it was a two and he thought it was a three and he'd cheer or he would celebrate and
Oh,
then get
maybe.
kicked in the face as soon as he turned around.
Yeah, it could be, dude. That sounds
That's
like something he would do.
that's heel shit right there.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I love
But
it.
yeah, I used to love that. It's like, why are you showing this doctor tape? I did not lose. I won that match. I can still
Yeah,
be the champion.
right.
I love that stuff. It's awesome.
It's just like the first what was it? The tribal court, not the first one, but the second one when
Yeah.
they put Roman Reigns on trial and they showed those
Oh
clips
yeah,
of
yeah.
him being a dick. And then he was like, "That's not me," and then proceeded to do the same things that he was doing on the clip.
Yeah, it's hilarious. It's freaking awesome,
Like,
dude.
but yeah.
So good.
All right. So anything else about the bloodline?
Oh, I mean, that match was good. It was exhausting.
I
It
knew
felt
Jay
like
was
the main event. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It was odd, but
yeah. It was yeah, when they announced that CM Punk versus Seth Rollins was going to be the main event, I was kind of had an eyebrow raised, no pun intended.
yeah, that felt like the main event. So
Yeah.
now I guess I do get why Dakota and Lyra are. Hopefully, they're headlining next week. You know,
Yeah, they should.
I get why they're giving them their own spotlight. At first, I was upset. I was like,
Yeah.
"What do you mean? Like it's we've been waiting for it. Put it on this week."
It's too much
But now
though.
I understand. Yeah, there
Yeah.
was a lot,
They
and the
would have
show
been
was
able to do
long.
anything. They
Yeah,
would have had to have a
yeah,
3 minute segment.
right, right.
And I
Well,
have a
that is
hot.
one thing though. Did you see? Oh, dude, I'm sorry. I keep cutting you off, man.
It's
I got
hard.
so
It's
many
hard
thoughts.
on Zoom. You're all good, dude. Go ahead.
Yeah. Did you see where Triple H said that there's no set time limit?
Yeah.
Um, the shows are just going to go however long or however short they need to
Hmm.
go to service what they have to do.
Right.
So I mean, yeah,
Yeah. I think this one was extra long just because it was so big,
yeah,
but I don't see him being this. I mean, they'll be jam packed because it has to be,
right.
but they won't be this jam packed going forward. I don't think.
Yeah. On the plus side, I think my streaming service at work, which isn't mine, but
Right.
it's my streaming service, but it's not my internet connection. I think
Right.
it was a little slow because when I put it on my phone, it was probably about 40 seconds ahead of what was here.
Hmm.
So that's one of the weird things about Netflix is like, thankfully there was no cutting out, but
Yeah.
it's not like when you were watching Raw on USA where everyone was watching it at exactly the
Same
same
time here.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It depends on where you're at, what your
Yeah.
network speed is, all that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll get it. You could just get it just a little bit later or a
Hmm.
little bit sooner. Like it's weird how that works.
It would suck too if the like something crazy was happening and it bumped up 30 seconds because like your internet like did something weird.
Right, right. And all of a sudden you're like, what happened?
And it's like, oh no,
And I don't
he's
know if Netflix lets you rewind live TV or not. I don't know. I didn't try.
so I
So
tried once and
yeah,
I hit the button like 5, 6 times because I wanted to go back a few minutes and
yeah, yeah.
it paused like it was going to and then it just started playing live again. So I don't know.
Right. Yeah, it was like screw you, dude. Um,
Yeah. I
one of
didn't
the
try
other
it twice
things,
though.
one of the other things is that no matter what plan you have, it looks like because I have a no ads plan.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
I
so do
got it
we.
because yeah, and there were still ads.
I think those were built into the show though.
Yeah, yeah,
Not
yeah.
those
So
weren't interruptions.
well, I actually before I started the live stream, it said your your plan now includes live streaming with ads.
Hmm.
It said
Yeah,
that
no,
while I was
it said
loading
that
it
for
up.
me too.
Yeah, so
I
I mean,
think,
apparently,
yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not
you know,
sure.
I don't know. Apparently now, no matter what plan, I mean, I don't know anyone who has that fucking $30 plan. Maybe they're not getting ads in theirs. If I was paying $30 and I was getting ads, I'd be kind of upset.
Yeah, that'd be kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the way I look at it too is it's $1 billion deal. They got to pay for it. You know,
Right.
ads is how you do it. So
Yes, sir. $5 billion for 10 years. You think that's
$5 so much,
enough for 10 years though?
brother. That's so much money.
Well, yeah, to us, but
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with $5 billion.
right.
You
Well,
know what I mean? Like that's an unfathomable amount of money to me.
it
So
is
I don't even
in
understand.
like
You know?
in any amount of time.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. I don't see how you could spend $1 billion. I don't definitely don't see
No,
how you could spend 5 billion.
there ain't
So
no
yeah.
way. Not saying I
Yeah.
wouldn't try, but
Oh yeah, dude. I buy $1 billion house.
fuck
Like
yeah.
this is the greatest house in the history of life.
Is
It
there a
comes,
such thing, I wonder?
comes in. Oh, I'm sure there's $1 billion houses. There has to be, like in California or something.
Yeah,
Has
probably.
to be. Yeah,
Let's
$1 billion
see.
mansion.
So the result of the bloodline match was Roman Reigns wins.
Yes,
And The Rock
sir.
comes out and crowns Roman as
Yeah,
tribal chief.
puts the falafel on him.
Oofalafa.
Went
You
to the
remember LA
carnival,
Knight
got the
saying that?
falafel. No, that's funny though.
Yeah, he was like making fun of it. He's like, I don't
That's
care
funny.
about this damn Oofalafa.
Ooh, falafel. That's amazing.
It's-
That is amazing. I'm looking to see if there's any $1 billion mansions just for the hell of it.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, why not?
That's funny. All
There
right.
has to be.
While you're doing that, John Cena made his appearance as advertised. Uh, I thought that maybe Logan Paul would come out and interrupt him because it seems like they're going that direction for WrestleMania.
Oof.
Yeah. And then they
Which
played an
that I
ad.
think the Logan Paul gimmick was the only one that didn't get a reaction. Should I wrestle Logan Paul?
I'm
No.
surprised he wasn't on the show because he was advertised for the show.
I was in the crowd.
Oh, that's true. But still, like,
Yeah,
there's
they
a lot of people in the crowd that weren't announced. So, I don't
Yeah,
know.
but he was in the crowd.
I like to read into stuff.
Yeah. There's a YouTube video that actually has a list of the 10 best billion-dollar homes.
No
So
way.
there you go. So there's at
Wow.
least 10. Yeah.
Jesus. I mean, in this
Nuts.
economy, it's not that surprising, I guess.
Yeah, but who, man? Billion-dollar home.
Yeah, that's
Actually
crazy.
insane.
I would love to see it.
I would
It's
love to.
probably just gold.
Right.
You know, like Kid Rock has like a golden
Right.
shower.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Apparently, that's not true though.
oh, for real. Well,
Uh,
MC Hammer.
yeah,
Okay, so when MC Hammer was had the number one record with "You Can't Touch This" and all that,
yeah.
he was doing big tours. He actually bought a gold house.
That's crazy,
Like
dude.
the whole inside was plated with gold.
Could
Stairs,
you
the floor,
imagine?
they showed it on TV, dude. It was nuts. Like,
Wow.
yeah, and he lost it obviously because he went broke because he MC Hammer was famous for about 2 years.
And who's stupid enough to buy that house? You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
Is
Yeah.
it?
I actually think that they had to take it apart and like sell the gold
Yeah, I was
and
gonna
stuff.
say they would have
Yeah.
to.
I
It
don't think
wouldn't
they
be
could sell
worth.
it as a house.
Yeah, they wouldn't. It wouldn't be worth as much sitting as it
Right.
would if you could move it.
Yeah.
Plus,
Yeah.
how do you have that much gold anyway? Uh,
Right. Yeah. Go. Yeah. Nuts, dude. How are you that
um,
rich and that stupid?
for
Like,
real, dude.
yeah.
Jesus. Um, yeah, nothing really surprising with John Cena. I think what'll happen is he'll get eliminated by Logan Paul in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. My
And
whole
he's
thing is like, dude, I keep cutting you off, man.
no,
I'm
you're
sorry.
good.
Go
You're
for it,
good.
brother.
No,
You
you're
go ahead
fine.
and talk, man. Go ahead and
All
talk.
right,
Say
so
your thing.
yeah, I think Logan Paul's gonna interrupt him, or not interrupt him, but he'll throw him out of
Check it
the
out.
Royal Rumble because they're booking this, and it seems like they're gonna hold heavy to this, where John Cena's gonna be like, "I'm gonna win," everybody's gonna want to see it, and then
Right.
when they don't see it, that's gonna make Logan Paul even worse than he is now. You know what I
That's
mean?
exactly what I was gonna say. Like, anytime they overhype something, it
Right.
generally
He's not gonna
doesn't.
fucking
Yeah,
win. Come on.
generally
He
does
said
not.
right. He said 5 seconds before that he's probably never gonna be the champion.
Yeah,
But you never say never.
never. Oh, you know who
No.
I think is gonna win the Royal Rumble?
Who's that?
Joe Hendry.
Oh yeah, that's right. We talked
Yeah,
about that.
yep. I just think Joe Hendry's winning. I think Jade Cargill is winning the women's, and I think Joe Hendry's winning the men's. Um, I think we're about to get either Bianca and Tiffany or Bianca and Rhea,
Hmm.
and Rhea's gonna or one of them is gonna drop the belt to Bianca,
Yeah.
and then Bianca and Jade because it's gonna turn out that Bianca's the one who beat Jade up, and she's gonna do it because she hates her, and she
Yeah.
wanted to team with her. She wanted to team with her actual friend. She's gonna be like,
Right.
I want to team with Naomi. I actually like Naomi. I don't like carrying your green ass around the world. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think
They
that's
could easily make that work too.
yeah.
Plus, I've been wanting to see Bianca be a heel for a good while now. I think
Yeah,
I
she's
think
fun as heel.
yeah. Oh, really? I've never seen her as a heel, so I wouldn't.
Yeah, when she was in NXT, wasn't she kind of a heel?
See, I
And when she
wasn't.
first
I
got called
haven't.
up,
I've never had time to watch NXT,
okay,
unfortunately.
yeah.
So
I mean, it's weird. Like the arrogant characters to me always come off as kind of heelish,
yeah,
but then it's hard to tell. Like I thought the D'Angelo family was heels,
yeah,
and no, and they're not. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like,
Ro-
why aren't the D'Angelo family heels? It's weird.
yeah. It all depends on how the crowd feels, I suppose.
Yeah, for sure. Or who they're
Roman
wrestling.
Reigns, Roman Reigns should be a heel. He hasn't changed his character at all.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? But
Still a
it's not
selfish
about
prick.
heel. It's about who the fans like, I guess.
I
Uh,
mean, that's part of it, but then the other thing is it's totally about who they put you in the ring with. You
yeah,
know, I
yeah.
mean,
Who do you
that's
hate
it.
worse? Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But Roman's
It's
definitely a
weird.
crowd favorite, though.
Yeah, for sure. It's weird because like talking. This is so funny. We're diverging so much, but talking about like the D'Angelo family, um, and Obafemi, right? Like
Right.
D'Angelo paid Hammerstone to take Femi out before their North American title match. That's totally a heel move,
Mm, yeah.
right? But then, and they cheated to get the belt off him, which is totally a heel move.
Right.
But then they had Oba. hurt Rizzo and not care,
Right.
and all of a sudden Oba is the heel.
Yep.
It's just a weird, you know.
It's what did you do for me lately?
Yeah, yeah, it's strange. And I guess, oh, that was like when I very first started watching NXT again. So I guess
Hmm.
Oba had been a heel for a while,
Okay.
um, which I didn't realize. Like, it's just a weird way that things work now. Wrestling is
Yeah.
strange.
It's definitely different. It's like overall, not just WWE, but all of wrestling is a different attitude for sure.
Oh, it's even worse in like AEW
Yeah.
and TNA. It's
Yeah.
even worse. Like, I couldn't tell you who, other than the system, who the heels are in TNA.
Right. Yeah, I
I
don't
have
think it
no
really
clue.
matters, does it? I mean,
Yeah,
unless you're
they just wrestle
MJF,
each other. Right, right, right.
you
The
know what I mean?
devil.
Right.
What is a king to a god?
He's such a good heel because I mean, there was a point where I felt that he would never do anything wrong again in the crowd's eyes because how over he was as a
Right,
babyface.
right,
But
right.
he was so good that he was able to get him back to booing him.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's crazy.
It's awesome, dude.
And he didn't do anything that like out off the wall. Like it was just
Yeah,
MJF being MJF. So I give a lot of flowers to him that he made that work.
yeah, yeah. Good for
Because he
him for sure.
literally, like just like Roman Reigns, he didn't change at all.
Yeah,
He just did, I guess, clicked on his, I don't, fuck you fans, pretty much, I
right.
guess. I guess. But I mean, he was
Yeah,
doing that with a wink the whole time when he was a babyface. So,
right.
yeah.
So,
Okay, Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan. Uh, obviously, I've been awake
yeah,
too long. Rhea
I
Ripley
agree.
wins.
Right, right. So,
Um, yeah,
I mean, I when they came out, I was like, either, Rhea wins and this is over.
that's what I said.
Yeah, or Liv wins again and it's still gonna keep going, like one or the other.
Yeah,
But I was hoping that Rhea would win and just finish it.
right.
Um, I already mentioned Rhea's outfit, which was
Hmm.
probably the highlight of the evening for me. Um, but no, like Rhea and Liv at this point know each other really well, and they
Mm,
work really well together. It was a great
yes.
match. It's super solid. Um, Dominic wanting to come home because Rhea got the belt was funny.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know if you caught this, but when Rhea won, she told the belt that she missed it. She said, "I've
Yes, I
missed
did
you."
see that.
Yeah, I missed you. That was pretty cool. Like, that's what makes Rhea Ripley so good, is the little stuff.
Hmm.
She's so good at the stuff that makes wrestling good. Yeah.
It makes you remember that she was champion for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, for
And it's
sure.
like, of course she misses that title. She carried that for almost a year, over a year,
Yeah, yeah, over a year, 379 days. So,
because it was Mania to Monday after Mania, right?
yeah, I think so.
Something like that.
Yeah.
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 So
I knew that as soon as they mentioned the fact that Liv was closing in on
when they start
uh
talking about long reigns,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah,
especially
they
with
said that she
Roman.
was right, right, fuck. He's just gonna break every record in the world. Um But yeah, they said that Liv was closing in on because right now Bailey and Rhea are tied
Right.
for the longest reigns of the modern era. So they said
Interesting.
that
Yeah.
Liv was closing in on that number.
Right.
Um, and it was like, oh, she's losing tonight.
Yeah.
You
Got to.
I mean that kind of clinched it. But
Does Rhea does Rhea keep this for a long time or
yeah, man,
because I
it's
think
tough.
so.
Yeah, it's tough because I feel like there's stories there where she could lose the belt.
Yeah.
You know, um, I
Not
think, like
not
I
to
said,
live, hopefully. Jesus.
right, right, right. Like I said, the Bianca thing. I mean,
Yeah.
I know that that's happening on SmackDown, but now with this open door thing, you can pretty much go anywhere.
Yeah.
Um, and I feel like Bianca and Rhea is a match that a lot of people would be interested in seeing.
Yeah.
Um, and Bianca beating Rhea wouldn't be, um,
It wouldn't
it
be
would be out
as
of the realm of possibilities. You know what I mean? Like it would.
yeah.
So
Also, no matter how big of a heel Bianca Belair is, this is
yeah,
still not a heart wrenching to Rhea to lose to somebody like her
Yeah,
versus
yeah,
somebody that's a detestable human,
right,
Liv Morgan.
right,
You know what I mean?
right. It's funny because like Pat McAfee said on commentary, um, Liv Morgan is great. She's just hanging around with that dirt bag.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Liv Morgan is a dirt bag.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like Liv
They bring
Morgan
out the worst in each other.
is a
That's
dirt bag. She's from Jersey. She's a Hooters girl.
damn pulling out the hometown.
I mean,
Gee.
brother, I'm just saying, like stereotypically,
Right.
I know like the waitresses at Hooters are amazing. They're sweet. Like, but if you want to like white trash, you know what I mean? If you want to
Right.
throw out what's white trash, like
Right. What
a
is it
girl
about
from
the East
Jersey.
Coast, dude? You got a Long Island, you got New Jersey.
Hey man,
Shit. I'm just kidding.
I'm
Keith's
from a
from New York,
classy
by the way.
city. I'm from a
Yeah.
classy city on the East Coast. I'm from Ithaca, dude. We are
All right.
collegiate, a collegiate town. So
You're like Hunter Hearst Helmsley versus
indeed, yeah.
like Eddie Guerrero, I guess.
I'm from the white trash area of Ithaca.
Yeah. Well, no, I guess Eddie Guerrero is not white trash. He's just a prick.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
who's white trash? Dirty Dom. Fuck it.
There you go. Well, he's not white, but
No, well, he looks white.
he's trash.
He's
He's
trash.
trash. Yeah.
Let's see. Uh, Jey Uso versus Drew McIntyre. Obviously Jay wins. Cole
Wow.
on the announce table during Jay's entrance. Could you believe it?
Silly, silly. He's like,
Dude.
how do I get down from here? So I thought Drew was winning that match easy.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. Crazy that Jay went over
See,
um
I was
with a quick
putting
move. You know.
I put Drew. I think he needed that win. I thought at
Yeah,
the time, but
yeah. Odd that Jay just keeps on winning, man.
it
Jay Uso
also,
Express rolls on.
yeah, it wasn't like an easy win though. Like it made
Right,
Drew
and he got
look
a
good.
quick pin on him. And he got a quick pin on him. So it
Right.
wasn't like a decisive,
Right.
you know. He got a quick pin and rolled out of the ring. So it
Right.
wasn't, there's obviously room for more. So
I
maybe
just
that's why.
I just figured Drew would lose to every member of the bloodline until he got through all of them. And
Maybe.
that would
Yeah,
build frustration where he would just like go off the rails and form a team, Kevin Owens.
that makes sense. Yeah,
It's like, okay, well, I can't beat him by myself, so let me fix
right.
this. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
Kevin Owens and Wade Barrett.
yeah. Yeah, he keeps talking about how he's retired like a lot.
Right,
So,
right.
all right. So Hulk Hogan returns, gets booed out of the building.
Yeah, who cares? More talking that we didn't need.
Right. So
Yeah.
you were okay with the booze then?
No, I don't care.
That didn't hurt your old
Honestly,
school
brother,
mindset?
I have no like. So I always think that like generally the live reaction is different
Yeah.
than the reaction like that, even how people feel, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? So like the fact that because when you're in the crowd you kind of get into the moment, and you were
Right.
obviously supposed to be happy that
Three
Hulk Hogan was
people,
there.
three people in the front row booed because they were close to him and they don't like Hulk Hogan. And everybody's like,
Right.
"Oh, I got to boo too." And then everybody
Yeah.
started.
Yes, it was crazy that like it went that way.
Yeah.
I
I
didn't
didn't
expect it,
I
but
did, but I didn't expect it to be that bad.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I figured when he started talking about how cool the crowd was that they would come
Yeah,
around.
they did not give
No,
crap.
they shat all over that
So
situation.
so yeah, I mean, I guess this might be Hulk Hogan's last appearance.
Even him having old boy with him, I figured that would be like, okay, we like him
Oh,
because, you
dude,
know,
Jimmy Hart used to be
yeah.
such a cool person, like manager and stuff, but now he's just annoying too. Like, I mean, I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I hated it when John Cena, was talking about how he hasn't won,
Yep.
and he's like, but that's how it should be.
Well, you
It's
know
not
what?
my time, it's their time, and the
Right.
crowd booed that.
Right.
He's 100% right. Like,
Oh, yeah.
do what you're supposed to do, man.
Right. It's time for to put people over.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think he'll lose every single match, but
Yeah, dude, he should beat Solo Sikoa.
he's got to build his
Get that
stock
win back.
up. so he
You
can
need to
go
get
out on
that
his
with
back.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, Solo Sikoa would be a good match.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, Solo kicked
good
his ass,
rematch.
remember?
Yeah,
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 Solo
yeah.
kicked his ass, dude. He beat the crap out of John
So does
Cena.
he build
And
up
then went
his
on a giant losing streak after that.
right? Does he build up his stock before Solo, or does he use Solo as a way to build up his stock?
I don't even know. Like, honestly, right now, Solo's in the middle of this thing. So
Right.
I don't even know where all that goes, you
This
know?
thing.
Yeah. This giant thing that's been going on for decades.
Right. Decades. Well,
But
kind of. Yeah, you're right. So, did you see the thing on Instagram Mr. Rock put out about being the high chief?
oh, I saw it, but I didn't read the whole thing.
So,
I didn't
there's
see it.
video. He had a receipt to show that he really was crowned the high chief
Interesting.
by Peter Maivia, like back in the
Okay.
day before he died.
By his grandpa.
Yeah, there
Okay.
was a ceremony that he crowned him.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and there was video proof of this happening.
Well, guess what? I guess he just crowned Roman Reigns. So
Right. But he's definitely Paul Heyman was acting very weird. Like he's been
yeah,
acting
Paul
very
Heyman.
weird since he came back.
Right. I'm not a big fan of Paul Heyman. I think his character is super unbelievable. So
He's almost over the too over the top
yeah, yeah,
to
I
the
don't
point where
like it.
he doesn't even you can't respect him as a human.
Right. I liked it better when he was a yuppie with a phone,
Yeah.
but he's
That's
never
the
going to be that again.
that's a
Never.
right that's the right kind of over the top.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Speaking of that, dude, I did want to say something about Pat McAfee too,
Yeah.
because I'm probably the only human alive who hates his commentary.
I
Um,
get it. I understand.
I don't like all that yelling and all of that, like, I don't know. I'm just not, I hate commentators. I didn't like Joey Styles for the same reason, you know? Um,
So I'm not gonna put
I'm-
words in your mouth or anything, but
yeah,
I think what your feelings about that, or maybe he's not that he's trying to, but it almost seems like sometimes he takes over the
that's exactly
spotlight.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's exactly what I'm saying.
when he gets on the
That's
table,
exactly it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
but
100% what I'm saying.
they embraced it, so it seems like they are cool with it.
Right, right,
But
right. Well, it's
that could have went either way.
right. And it's the same thing with Joey Styles, like his, oh my God. Like
Yeah, dude.
his catchphrase, like he had a catchphrase and he was yelled and screamed. That's just not my kind of commentary.
That
And
would have seemed,
people love both of them. People are
yeah,
like, oh, Joey Styles is a legend. He's one of the only guys who could do one man commentary, and
yeah,
and people love Pat McAfee.
right.
I don't get it. It's not my thing, dude.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
get it.
like all that yelling and that.
Hmm.
Big characters are fine.
See,
I was a
Michael
huge fan of
Cole,
Jesse Ventura. You
right.
know,
Michael
I
Cole
love Corey
knows,
Graves.
you're right. Michael Cole
I
and
don't like
Corey
Booker
Graves,
T
yeah.
for the same reason.
They all know
Same
when to
reason.
raise their voice and when to be
Yeah,
calling the shots.
right, right. You can be excited about what's happening, you
Right.
know,
There
but
was
your main job is to facilitate the storylines and facilitate the match.
right. There was a time that I kind of cringed a little bit when Brock Lesnar was feuding with Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
The very last time, uh, he threw somebody. This was like the one of the brawls to set up the match or whatever.
yeah,
He
yeah.
threw somebody into the ring post.
Right,
And before he did that, he picked up the stairs and threw them. And he's like, "Oh,
right.
that's like 200-pound stairs."
That's
But then
amazing.
he slammed somebody's face into the pole, and you
Yeah.
could see him in the background. He goes, "That's the hardest I've ever seen somebody hit the ring pole." I'm like,
Uh,
bro, calm down.
that's funny, dude. Speaking of stuff like that, when Rhea
Yeah,
picked up Liv
yeah,
outside the ring, I thought for sure she was eating the stairs, and instead they used it as
mm,
another example of how hard the new ring announcer table is.
yeah.
Like, you ain't breaking this ever.
See,
You
you
know?
know what? You know what they could do with that though
What's
is
that?
it doesn't break for a year.
Yeah, when it
And then
finally
when it
does, it's
finally
like,
does, then
yeah,
you get the holy shit moment that they don't
right.
like going through the barricade is not as crazy as it was the first 10 times it happened.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah. Yeah.
So, and that's one of the things that Triple H is really big on is saying the F word is cool once a year, but
Right.
if you overuse it, it takes away from the meaning of pushing the envelope.
So does that mean Jada Parker can't say the N-word again for another year?
Dude, I saw that. And I fuck, oh, dude, that's wild.
Man, Jada Parker done lost
Is
her
she gonna be on
mind.
TV ever again? Like,
I
Jesus
mean, she's
Christ,
back on TV right now, dude. She's got a number one contenders match, doesn't
that's
she?
wild. I have no idea.
Is she in that match?
No.
She might not be. No, she's not in that match.
Well,
Oops.
like I said, I don't watch, so I couldn't say.
Yeah. She was in the opener though last week, I think. I
Mm.
believe she wrestled somebody.
They were
Uh,
playing here. Listen, no ad-libbing, okay?
yeah, yeah.
Scripts
Like
only.
we are on the CW, babe. Like
And
chill
we
out.
just got here. Like, calm your
Right,
shit.
dude. That's wild.
If you think about doing something, don't do it. That's how
Yeah,
you should do it. Let somebody else call the match. Like, you just do what you're told.
super funny.
That's great, though. I mean, that could be turned into a meme. I'm sure it has.
Oh, I'm sure.
Actually, I
Yeah.
know it has because I've seen them.
Nice.
So,
Nice. Memes, memes.
great, dude.
Everywhere for memes.
Well, what else do you got before we wrap this thing up, dude?
That was pretty much it, right? Then there
Yeah,
was the finish.
that was the whole thing
Four
because
matches?
we talked about
Jeez.
Punk before everything. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, I hope that next week there's a lot less talking.
yeah,
3 hours and four matches is stupid.
yeah.
Like I said, this could have been a 2 hour show.
Well, if it was booked like a premium live event with the matches because they were long form matches, they weren't
Yeah.
raw matches. You know what I mean? They weren't
Right, right,
TV matches, and
right.
a premium live event has five.
You generally five, yeah.
For the last while, it's five
Yeah.
matches without promos.
Right,
You know what
right.
I mean? So
And
yeah,
this was four matches and six promos. And
I think some of the matches got cut short, to be
oh,
honest with you.
did you see The Rock is going to be on NXT?
Yes, I did.
So that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be. I wonder what he's going to do down there.
I don't know. It's a good
Hug Trick
question.
Willie.
I mean, why wouldn't he?
Yeah, but
That dude's
everybody
awesome.
should.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cody. Cody, what did you think of him blowing off the Cody thing? Like that, they had something with that, I felt.
yeah. Um, what exactly happened now?
So, so he did
I
his
remember Cody came
promo.
down in a suit and like,
Yeah, so he did his promo and he basically gave Cody his flowers, like for real, for real.
oh, sure, okay, okay, right. Where you said that Cody Rhodes has been carrying the company.
Right. And
Okay,
I guess backstage, he also gave him his, like, dabbed him up or whatever. And
okay, right
he,
on.
he said, I come in peace.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And they walked
Okay,
away and that was the end of it. So I assume that's over.
yeah, right on. I
But
mean, I don't know. Apparently, him and Cody have spilled blood together. I
yeah,
don't,
I
I
don't
don't
know about
remember that.
together, but I know he
I don't
spilled Cody's
remember that.
blood.
Did he spill Cody's blood? See,
Yeah,
man,
that was the time that he was out in the rain with his bus and beating the
okay.
shit out of him after, like, at the very end of Raw.
Man, I missed all that, dude. I'm
Dude,
glad I'm gonna be able to start watching Raw now, honestly.
that was great because he was beating the shit out of him and he had his blood and he put his blood on the belt or whatever.
Oh
Like he
wow.
wiped it
Yeah, I
off
didn't
his
see any of
face
that,
and put it
dude.
on the belt.
That's awesome.
And then he grabbed him by the shirt and he was looking in the camera. I don't know why I assume the camera's here when I have one right here,
Right in
but
front of you. Yeah.
it's awkward to do it like this. But I'm not even shitting you. And they didn't bleep this in the arena, but they did on TV. He
Okay.
said, and that's what happens when you fuck with the final boss. I was like,
Oh,
dude.
uh, right on.
Yeah,
Okay.
I saw arena footage from the crowd and it did not
Yeah,
get
yeah.
bleeped.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, it's
It was wild.
interesting that they're I honestly The Rock looked old.
Yeah, well, he's
Um
growing his little
yeah,
5 o'clock
yeah. I mean
shadow.
he was walking with a little bit of a limp. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah,
But when he came down the ramp, he to give the falafel to
Ufalafa.
yeah, yeah, that thing to Roman Reigns. He had a little bit of a limp going.
Yeah,
So maybe he's just done with the wrestling, Which I mean, why not? So maybe this was just his way of like, he's gonna pass it on to all these kids and
you
just
can't be a bad guy if you're not gonna. Yeah,
yeah, just ride off into the
unless
sunset.
you're Paul Heyman, like he's not a mouthpiece. He's
Yeah,
a feel good moment, come back to talk to the fans.
right, right, right. The Rock is always gonna be looked at as a larger than life figure no matter
Right.
what he does.
And if he smiles hard enough, the crowd, it doesn't matter what
Right.
he did
It's
last
always
week.
important.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. It's always important. So that smile is like
Hmm.
it wins,
Every
I mean,
time.
it's just yeah. So
Now, Dave LaGreca on the Busted Open Pat podcast, I don't know if you've heard of him or not.
he does the gimmick with Bubba, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Gotcha.
doesn't like The Rock, the final boss version of The Rock. So I'm
Interesting.
anxious to see how he's gonna take this because he was pissed off when he was like getting close with like I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, but getting all moochy moochy with the crowd, even though he was a heel at the same time. Like
Sure, sure.
he didn't like that because if you're gonna be a heel, be a heel.
Right,
But
right,
I
right,
mean, he's
right.
not anymore now. So
And the thing about it is like kayfabe doesn't really exist anymore,
yeah,
you know.
you
So
know, what if The Rock is making himself look older on purpose, not only to not only to show the age and the wisdom of being the high chief, but also to
okay.
make people think he's done. So when he does come back, it's gonna be like, holy shit.
Right, right. I mean, you never know, dude. You
You
never
know what I
know.
mean? And
Yeah. I
with with the bloodline and his acting and all that stuff, it's always deep rooted, so it's never bad to speculate wildly, as Sam Roberts would
sure,
say.
sure, sure, sure.
So,
I mean, there could go there could be anything going on. Like right now to me it looks like he's just doing a tour and he's wrapping it up.
yeah,
He's going to be on NXT.
right.
Uh, so I figure he's probably going to be on NXT to say goodbye to the kids,
Yeah, could be.
wish them well.
Right.
Um, so I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens, but
Yes, for sure. Well, it was nice to have you on my show for once.
yeah,
Uh,
man, this was
one of
fun.
these times I'll have to be on your show like we were supposed to.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, if you want to go ahead and promote your show a little bit, you can before we get off
Oh,
here.
sure. Yeah, yeah. So I have a show called Most Excellent Entertainment that Tyler produces for me, which basically what I do is I just talk to people. I have them come on and we talk about interesting things. Like the whole first season is streaming on Spotify and YouTube. And in the first season, we had kind of a mission statement where we were going to explore the creative journey and find out why people continue to create, which that was a lot of fun. But now we're kind of opening it up to more. And
Time to make
we've
that
lined
next
up,
step.
yeah, yeah, for sure. We're lining up guests who just have interesting stories to tell. Um, and we're getting to an area where I can be a little more creative. I've got all kinds of different ideas. We may even do some shows where there's not guests, where I just talk about things that I'm
Yeah.
interested in,
All right.
which I think would be super fun.
Yeah.
And then we also do Roundtable Wrestling, which is live on Kish Radio every Friday. The times vary, so just keep an eye out for it. And that's myself and Pablo Aquino and Brent Ward and David Logan, and we just got Chad Vandermark back on. But that's basically just us for 2 or 3 hours talking about what happened during wrestling during the week.
Yep.
We're actually talking about doing some theme shows on there too. I think we're gonna do a wrestling movies show
Oh,
soon,
interesting.
which will be fun. Yeah, we've been talking about doing that. Um, so we're playing with our formats now,
Yeah.
2025. Let's figure out something else. The show is always going to be roundtable wrestling, but we may venture away from the actual roundtable
Right.
of it.
Well, that's the
And
cool thing about making a title of a show is you have a reason why, even if it's not anymore, you can be like, well, this was the original reason and why change it. We have our uh, uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Shoot.
Our history, roots.
That and marketing. Like that
Sure.
way,
Oh,
why
yeah,
change the
absolutely.
marketing if it works? You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Well, it's funny because like Apollo Star, one of my best friends.
Hmm.
For a while he changed his name to Q Skills
Mm,
because he started looking around wrestling and he was like, everyone whose last name is Star is
mm,
like super flashy
hmm.
and you know, punk kids or whatever. And he's like, it doesn't really fit
With his
my
character.
personality.
Right.
Yeah. So he changed his name to Q Skills and it just didn't work. People still called him Apollo. And
Right.
like he went back to Apollo Star pretty fast. Um,
Sometimes you
because
just gotta,
that's what he built for years, like people knew
right.
that.
Sometimes when it
So
doesn't make sense, it makes more sense. If that makes
yeah.
any
And when
sense.
you don't have a global team behind you
Right.
to announce your new name, like a global marketing team, like WWE or TNA has.
Right.
You can't just change your name.
No.
You can't just, yeah, it doesn't work that way.
Unless you're Austin
People still,
Theory or
right.
Cesaro or Rusev or
Yeah.
uh, Mustafa Ali or
Right.
Mustafa Ali or
Mustafa
Ali or
Muhammad Ali. No, people will still look for you under the old gimmick and they won't be able to find it. So,
right.
you know,
Yeah. Dude, I'm so glad Vince McMahon's gone. He ruins
yeah,
everything.
dude, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that this is gone. What do you think, real quick, man, about Saudi Arabia getting the Rumble?
I don't know. They got booed for that too. Did you notice that?
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, with that being a Vince McMahon deal, like he's the one who
Got the deal
came
going.
up with
Yeah.
that contract, and now they're kind of stuck with it.
It was about
They have
money.
to do
Yeah.
things. Yeah, it was
Yeah, because
all
they
about
signed like a 10-year deal like a
right.
long
So
time
they're
ago.
stuck
Yeah.
doing stuff for forever. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I
It's
mean,
with
they may as
Saudi Arabia.
well, yeah, they may as well just go out with a bang once they end that contract.
Yeah, I'm sure that there was stuff in there that they had to do some PLEs over there. You know what I mean? I'm
Probably.
sure
Yeah.
because the Prince of Saudi is a huge wrestling fan, which is
Dude,
how all this happened.
before we go, did you notice
Yeah,
that Triple H last time they were in Saudi, they
yeah.
were doing a kickoff show and they were chanting WrestleMania and
Oh
Triple H
wow,
shat all over it, dude.
nice.
He listened to him. He stopped what he was
Yeah,
saying and they were WrestleMania, right?
right, right, right.
Doing that. He let him go for like 15 seconds and then he said, "Yeah, WrestleMania is going to be in Las Vegas." And they all started booing him.
That's awesome, dude. That's
And
fantastic.
he didn't ever correct it either. He just walked out. That was the last thing he said.
That's
He
great.
walked out of the ring, dude.
Yeah, I mean, like
Oh
what I
man.
was saying to Paul tonight when we were talking about the Rumble in Saudi.
Yeah,
Um, I was like, because for those of you who don't know, uh, Tyler and I are in Indiana,
right.
and we have talked for the last year or so about going to the Royal Rumble, and then we saw the ticket prices,
Mm. Yeah.
and it's just like we're not going, you know. So I
It was my
said to
choice.
Paul,
Damn it.
yeah, yeah, right, right.
Definitely
I
wasn't
said
because
to
it's too
Paul,
expensive.
yeah, it's ridiculous, dude. But I said to Paul, like they could have the Royal Rumble on the moon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like as far
Yeah.
as I'm concerned, have it wherever. Like I can't afford to go. And that's
Dude,
really the only like I'm not a big I don't even know what's going on in Saudi Arabia where it would be so terrible for us to freaking have shows there, you know?
uh,
Other than it's kind of an oppressive society in general.
yeah, I think
Um,
right now it's kind of dangerous with all the, I mean, war activity that's going on like just around the corner. I mean,
right.
not that far.
Yeah. But as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to wrestling shows, like do what's best for your company, make your money.
Honestly, their crowds are better than ours at this point, so fuck it.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, only 17,000 fans, but it was the largest gate.
Yeah, it's because everything's a thousand
WWE.
dollars, dude.
Right, dude. Tickets were like 2 grand for a freaking Raw. Are you
Dude,
serious?
who was it? Was it Ginsburg that was on your podcast that was talking about
Yeah,
that?
yeah, man.
He
Yeah.
opened my eyes to that because I was one of
Oh,
those people that was like impressed that they were
it's not
doing these
impressive at all, dude.
records. But then he
Yeah,
said that and I was like, you know what? He's right.
yeah. Adjusted for inflation, Gone with the Wind is still the biggest box office movie of all time. Sold
Really?
more tickets than any other movie of all time.
Hmm.
Yep. Gone with the Wind, man. No one has ever outsold Gone with the Wind. So every time they're like breaking box office records, look at the ticket sales because that's what really matters, not the amount of money they're making because they're always going to make more money when you're selling it for 20 times as much as it used to be, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, Evan Ginsberg, man, if you guys, I'm assuming if you're checking out this podcast, you're a wrestling fan, follow Evan Ginsberg. Dude is smart and he's a historian and he's been involved in some really cool wrestling projects.
$2.9 billion.
So much money.
I mean, I have that in my back pocket right now. I don't know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
for sure. Dude. Yeah, yeah,
Heck
yeah.
yeah, dude.
Can I borrow, like?
Nah, dude. Because I'm broke, remember?
Yeah, we're all broke,
Dude,
dude, unfortunately.
if I was rich, I would make sure, I mean, people around me would know,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah,
people I
100%.
don't know, I'm broke.
That's hilarious,
You
dude.
know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, dude, I know. If I was rich, I'd be MC Hammer. So, yeah, I would totally have a gold house.
that'd be great.
Yeah, dude. I'd be
Well,
like, everybody
we know
come
you
kick
wouldn't
it
be
at the
rich very
gold
long.
house. Right.
All
It would
right,
suck
man.
if you
Well,
had rich.
I think we should
All right.
probably wrap this thing up. I
Yeah,
still
for
got a
sure,
few
brother.
things, wrestling things to watch. Got the post show. There's a
Yeah,
podcast that I already know is going to happen. Um, there's other YouTube stuff about Raw that I can't wait till tomorrow to watch. So
yeah, right on, brother. Hopefully, I was insightful enough.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, I had fun.
it was fun.
That's all I
Cool.
care about. I don't give a fuck
Yeah,
about
for
the other
sure, brother.
people.
Hey,
All
we
right,
love the
man.
fans. All
Huh?
right, later, bro. I said we
Uh,
love the fans.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
we love them. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we will see you next Monday with not predictions, but just a regular episode of Wrestling in the Midwest. Hope to see you soon.